Today, a special advisory panel to the FDA decided against giving a Pfizer booster shot for younger, healthier people.
However, that same panel did recommend that people 65 and older, as well as those at high risk for COVID disease, should get a third shot. News 8's Richard Allen has more from a local infectious disease specialist who was part of today's decision. Richard?
Well, that's right. This panel made its decisions after hours of in-depth data were presented to the 18 members, indicating that booster shots are effective at reducing the risk of severe illness in high-risk age groups. However, most members did not feel there was enough evidence to support boosters for younger people.
I was in the minority by a long shot.
Pediatric infectious disease specialist Dr. Mark Sawyer of Rady Children's Hospital was part of Friday's FDA advisory panel and one of only 2 members to vote for recommending a Pfizer COVID booster shot for the general public.
To me, it was the quickest and easiest and most flexible way for us to start giving boosters to some of the population.
But safety concerns and current lack of data led to the committee taking a more gradual approach, voting unanimously to approve the booster for those 65 and older and frontline workers, as well as those at risk of severe COVID.
The science on this is pretty clear to me. That vulnerable people who are older, chronic disease, immunocompromised, those people need a third shot.
Since the FDA has already authorized the Pfizer vaccine, doctors could decide to offer a third shot to patients off-label.
In the United States, something around 1 million people have already gotten a booster dose. And so far, we're not hearing about a rise in side effects that would be too concerning.
However, the CDC warns against this. Dr. Sawyer recommends holding off until more data is gathered.
So although the booster dose will give you a little added protection, it's not nearly as concerning in younger populations. So I think I would wait till we make sure that the safety data supports giving it to younger groups who are not as at high risk.
What is recommended, if you've not gotten your COVID vaccine at all, now is the time to get it. Dr. Argentina Servin is an infectious disease specialist at UC San Diego.
This should not be a deterrent for you thinking that it's not effective. On the contrary, we know that it is protecting from severe illness, complications, and death.
And while the FDA does not have to follow this panel's advice, it often does. Now, next week, the FDA will review the committee's recommendations, and then the CDC, meeting on Wednesday, will have the final say.